A wonderful, good, not morning and not evening, it's something in the middle of the day to Gunda Janowski. I am so glad and happy that you are here in my podcast again, because we already did a German episode for all the German audience. It was about wise women. And today we wanted to talk about clarity, but I would love if you could just introduce yourself. Who is Gunda Janowski?
Hi, Doris. Yeah, it's so good to see you. And the sun is shining in your place and not in mine here. It's all gray today, and I really enjoy the sunlight in your hair. It's so beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, I am. I am. I am in a constant process of changes and of transformation and of finding something new in my life. So I just started quite recently to change everything again. And
I know.
where do I come from? I come from a normal career in industry with different jobs and locations and leading positions. I was an assistant for a very long time, a translator in between, and quite some time ago I started to teach yoga, and from that I went into the shamanic tradition of Peru. And I'm so deeply connected with the Peruvian rainforest and the
Just a second. I don't know. There's some interruption. I guess it may be with your hand or something. So if you move that, I have like a interruption from the sound, so I can't hear you very clearly.
this.
Yeah.
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 It was my ring on the table.
Yeah. No, it's again. No, it's again. I don't know what you're doing. So no, it's gone. Okay. Let's go ahead. The Peru called you.
Yeah, Peru called me almost 10 years ago already, and I've been really deeply connected with the energy of the rainforest since then. And that's very special in my life. So this very direct contact to Mother Earth and the heartbeat of Mother Earth. Yeah, and what else do I do? And what is part of me? It's yoga and Thai yoga, and I've been working as a coach for quite a while. And what I decided to do right now in my life is to accompany and to support women in leading roles, not in leadership roles only, but in leading roles, because I found that so many women are leading in their lives, and it's not that they have a leadership role in a company, but they lead from inside out because they are leaders. And so many women are struggling with that and feeling exhausted and overwhelmed and left alone. And this is where I want to support them, where I want to be by their side. Yeah, that's what I do now. And that's what I try to incorporate more and more, and really to bring out into the world, and to live that.
That's really wonderful. I remember the first time when we met, it was on a educational training. It was called Thai Yoga Bodywork and Shamanism. And we both met, and it was just like magical how we met and the time we met, because I was already on the way to have a sabbatical from my work. And that weekend was so important for me to make all the decisions. So it was in 2017 in autumn. So we've been friends now for 8 years. And I just wanted to say thank you. Just being such a great, wonderful friend to me, and that we had the chance in the last years, especially last year, we grew so much together. So I just wanted to say, use that platform to say thank you that you are really a woman who is clear, who is standing up, who is there, who is vulnerable, who is passionate, and very, very much reliable. And I highly appreciate you. Thank you for that.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been a wonderful time with you and yeah, our togetherness. Thank you.
Yeah. So let's talk about clarity, Gunnar. I mean, I think 2025 was a rough, tough year for lots of people. Were struggling with that highly, really compensation and energies. It was really tight. It was tough. It was up and down. And you were talking about like changes in the very first beginning. And we are in human design and manifesting generators, so we love changes. And then there's like having all the balls like juggling in the air. And so if you would tell the audience, what does clarity mean to you?
Yeah, it's a very simple word and could have a very complex explanation. I like to focus on the wider clarity and on the moment of clarity for this explanation. So we can get clarity from the outside if we get some information, if we make some experience, and this brings us clarity. So it soothes the mind, it helps to take new decisions, and it makes the whole picture clearer.
Mm-hmm.
And then there are these moments of clarity when there is nothing coming, or not necessarily coming from the outside, but when you feel it inside of you and you know, okay,
Yes.
that's a moment of clarity. And these two are happening in balance, hopefully.
That's a good one, hopefully.
You get an impulse from the outside, and then it says, yes, now it's clear to me.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and we do need that. We need this both kinds of clarity to feel the ground under our feet,
Yes.
to feel safe inside of ourselves. And especially these moments of clarity, for me, bring me forward.
Mm-hmm.
Because they need a certain kind of patience, of quietness, of stillness, and the moment when I can receive
Yeah.
moment. So the moment before the moment. So
The moment's very good. The moment before the moment. That is that the moment.
so even if it's all loud and crowded outside, there can be this moment of stillness and then this very moment of clarity when you know. And it's not a knowing with your mind, it's a knowing with the heart, with your whole being.
Absolutely. So I'm thinking just like what could our audience need? And what I can contribute that thing you separated that in two emotional states, perceptual states, that clarity comes with time and it's a process. And when you have a big question, maybe it takes time to be really able to feel that clarity inside of you. And I highly recommend then to wait, not to be too fast with make decision making. I'm very much that all in type, so I can say that. And also those tiny little moments with insights as well. It's like, wow, it's like those moments, like, is this how it feels for you as well, or too?
Yeah. Yeah. So clarity can come in different ways. And, but it always needs some kind of preparation.
Mm-hmm.
So either with getting information and input
Mm-hmm.
to become clearer, to be better prepared for a decision, for the next step, whatever. So, and to build that up
Mm-hmm.
and make the picture round and colorful and beautiful, and then take the decision and have an image of clarity. And on the other hand, it's the preparation by going into quietness, by
Yeah.
becoming still, by just breathing, by taking a walk without doing anything. So, yeah, and then give space for this very moment, for, yeah, for that thought or for that feeling, for that emotion which comes
Yeah.
when the inside world is still.
So clarity needs space, right?
Yeah.
I thought about when we were talking about that walk and fresh air. I would say that air and like water and breathing can bring a state, or in terms of like that we feel something, or that energetical part maybe that can support having clarity. Probably not with having the next coffee. Or the next dopamine kick through Instagram or something like that.
Yeah.
Space,
Yeah.
maybe some time offline as well.
As well. Yeah. But I think sometimes it can also be these triggering things, like what you said, Instagram or a coffee or something exciting, which also can bring clarity.
Mhm. So is this that from the outside?
Yeah, that's rather from the outside.
Manifesting generator, so I react on like you give me an impulse and then I can like react or just like look how it feels for me.
Yeah, if it's really an impulse and
Yeah.
not something overwhelming. So scrolling in Instagram is overwhelming, but reading this one post and in that moment you have the information that you need.
How do you know that? How do you know that it's not like maybe a dysregulation mode? How do you know this is like yes? How do you know that? Full
Because
yes.
exactly like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
So it's not like okay, 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 okay. There even okay. Because if you scroll through social media, whatever kind of social media, there is no okay anymore. It's just
Never ending scrolling.
yeah. So, but if you read this one sentence or word, or if you see this one image, then you know if it's for you. If it brings some thought or some emotion and you stop at that point, this is what I mean. That doesn't happen when you just scroll.
That's a good one. Yes, it's that moment. It feels like a break.
Yeah.
It's not a high-end whatever rocket up in the sky. It's like it feels like that for a moment, maybe I could describe it like that time stands still,
Mhm.
at least for 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Or it hits you right away, like, oh, you know, like
Yeah.
it's going deep into your bones, and yeah, that's a good one. Do you think that we can force clarity?
No, we can give it space.
Mhm.
It's like if you wanted to force sleep or
Yes.
or being relaxed. You can't force that,
Mm-hmm.
but you can give it space. You can open yourself for clarity.
Do you have like, I feel like that people need like some tips or guidance or like 2, 3, 4, 5 steps to be more clear about what they want? Do you have tools you work with or some ideas that's showing up right now for those guys?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, one I already mentioned,
Mm-hmm.
that is doing nothing, which can happen in very, very different forms. So some people sit on a yoga mat, crossed leg, and they meditate, and this is like doing nothing.
Yes.
But some people just can't do that,
Yes.
either because they can't sit that way or because it's just not theirs.
Yeah.
And then they move in whatever way. They can walk, they can cook. I
Yeah.
just heard that one woman in my circle is vacuum cleaning to calm down. So yeah, um, it's really good. Or ironing can also be something very meditative. So all different kinds of becoming calm inside are good to prepare for this moment of clarity. So when the brain work goes down
Mhm.
and the brain is getting calm, then clarity can come in. And this can happen in everywhere, in any location, in any environment. So it can be completely crowded outside. There is no excuse for not finding your way to clarity.
I feel like I have like a guidance, let's call it. I mean, we both like energy workers. When we talk about like Sajama, like I guess everyone my tribe probably know when I talk about Sajama or like spiritual guidance that we have a higher being or higher self, whatever, who guides us. And sometimes now I'm in the northern part of Germany. Yesterday I was in a small town and I just like I went with the flow, where to go. And when we talk about clarity, it's also about where I want to go. You know, it's about like left, right, it's about a little or more about decision making. How do I make a decision?
Mm-hmm.
Important because if we don't make decisions, probably in a couple of, I don't know, amount of time, whatever we have, an overload. So sometimes it's also important to make decisions, but you can't force that. So in my case, because you need a quiet moment, you need a grounded moment, and also feeling safe, as you mentioned, that you feel safe. So I feel like I have like probably some connections, and I can use those connections for more clarity. And I also use that. I love to ask questions. So if I give myself a question or the universe a question, then you will get that answer. But you also have to be, or you should be aware. And sometimes maybe giving that also space because it can't be forced. You know, like which time or how. So do you have the same experience? How do you experience that when you want to have an answer?
Yeah, it's a really good example which you gave. So let's take that walking in a town, and I need something. I want to go shopping for it, not in a mall, in a smaller environment, and I don't know where to go,
Mhm.
where it is, where I can find it. Then I have a lack of clarity. Then I
Yeah.
don't know. So,
Yeah.
and in that case, I have two options. either I put myself under pressure and say, I have to buy that and I need to find it. And
No.
really, why isn't there a shop where I can buy it? And the other way would be just to relax, to wait a moment, and then maybe to ask someone or to look around, because if your mind is under stress, you won't see what is there. It's all blocked. But in the moment when you take a deep breath, when you just stand still, and then you look around, you have a completely different perception than in that other situation where you're fully under stress. And to realize that, that's the first point, to realize I'm under stress.
Yeah.
And
then there is no flow.
yeah. And then just to let go for a moment everything and take a deep breath. And then start new and fresh again. And to have that in your day whenever possible. It's just this very little moment which can make so much of a change for everything. Because that in the end gives you clarity over and over. And if I now extend that to going shopping in a mall or in a big supermarket, you can imagine what happens with your nervous system. It's completely overwhelmed. So I actually can't go into a supermarket, or I have to force myself to go inside. Because it's the noise, it's what I smell, it's what I hear, it's what I see. So it's really crazy. And that happens to millions of people around the world every day, and they don't ever take that moment of taking a breath. They're just running for their lives.
Survival.
Yeah.
If you break it down, it's survival.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, do you think that it's like intentionally that we just like that there is a higher force that distracts us from clarity, or want to distract us?
Don't know.
So why are we doing that? I mean, we are nature, we are silence, we are calm, we go with the tides. This is where we're coming from. So why are we doing that? So why we build those things? Why we produce those things? Why we make that noise? Why we make that rush? If it distracts us from our very own connection and clarity and becoming clear about what we want and what we need. Isn't that insane a little bit?
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's the struggling inside of us.
Yes.
We can either sit high on the top of a mountain, meditating, eating as little as possible, or being in the well where we are. So the one person is fully connected and the other is fully unconnected.
Running around like a wild chicken.
Yeah. And of course, we have an advantage of the way we live,
Yeah.
compared to that person sitting on the top of a mountain. So we have relationships, we have a family, we have some luxury, we have
Food in the supermarket. We're never starving.
yeah, can fulfill our
Luxury what we have here.
yeah. Oh, we can just get what we need and very often what we want. So also a difference. What do we need and what do we want? Yeah.
Order there. Order there. Can we order clarity? No. Can we order silence? No, it's an inside job.
So we do have an advantage from the way we live. And it would mean to reduce what comes from the outside to become more the person sitting on a hill. So and that's why we are struggling, because we have these advantages. We like them. We like the fun. We like the joy. We like being with other people. We like being connected. We like living like our friends live. So, and yeah, sometimes it would mean to cut off such a relationship, for example, or a habit, or
A habit.
yeah, or
Yes.
or
Yes,
I don't
indeed.
want to fulfill that wish. I I just don't really need it. It's just luxury, and I decide not to fulfill that.
So when we talk about clarity and how we can have more clarity or exercise having more clarity in our life, we need to talk about habits, right?
Yes.
I can highly recommend the book there. It's Atomic Habits. I guess everyone knows that book. That it's like the small changes. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, and it really is. Sometimes it's one big change, yes, because life just kicks you into a new situation. Huh?
Yes. Yes, I know.
Very stressful at that moment, and it needs some time to compensate for it, and to find the ground back under your feet, and yeah, to know who you are in that completely new situation. Yeah, but very often it's just the little things.
Yes. And and I love that because what's coming up again is that habit thing. But if you're now listening, to be really aware of what you do, about what you think, how you do things, how you treat yourself. And you also can set an intention. You can say to yourself, to your system, to your guidance, please show me a way that I can be more clear about what I want, about how I want to live, in which place I want to live, which job I want to do, which relationships I want to have, which food I want to put into myself. Please help me and support me.
Mhm.
Is there something you want to contribute to that?
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah, it just came to my mind. How can we change a
Yeah.
habit? Huh? So a habit is a habit. So that's normal. And everything that's not a habit is not normal.
Sentence in my mind. We already did it that way. We always did it that way, so we don't change that. No.
I take that pen
Yeah.
and I write with my right hand. That's my habit.
Mhm.
Because, of course, I can also write with my left hand.
Yes.
But I just can't because I haven't trained it. And
I can tell you a story because when I started going to school, I was left-handed, and the teacher said, "No, you have to write with your right hand." Well, I'm a little bit older now. It's not very common that, but when I was 6 years old, they did that.
yeah,
So I had to train that
yeah.
to write with my right hand, and I did that until I was 15. And then I saw a person who just like writing with the left hand, so I can do that too. So I trained myself back. So yeah,
Example. Yeah.
yes, it's
So
possible.
um, now we can say it's not only habit, it's something that comes from within our body, that
Yeah.
left hand. or the right hand, the writing hands. But it is a habit,
Yes.
and you can train it.
Yes.
And if you just imagine for a moment how difficult that would be, then you feel that changing a habit, whatever habit it is not an easy thing. It
No,
needs,
what I also was thinking about right now was, are you aligned with that habit?
Mhm.
Because, when you're left or right-handed, it's to the hemispheres, it's connected.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
what's natural for you? And
mhm,
maybe when we have natural things more and more, which comes from inside out, maybe you're clearer
yeah,
right away
yeah,
on a natural path, and you don't even have to force it.
yeah.
I
And
love it.
when it comes to changing a habit, there first must be the idea of I don't want to do it that way anymore.
Yes.
It needs some realization. Oh, it needs this moment of clarity. I want to have a change here.
Or awareness that it feels awkward.
Yeah,
It doesn't feel aligned. It doesn't feel like me, myself.
yeah.
Yes.
So this is for me the first step into a change. I realize that something is not okay anymore. And then I have to set up like a little mindset program to get this change into my life. And there are different ways. I can have post-its everywhere. I can set my alarm to certain times to remind me. I can send myself emails on a regular basis. I can ask other people to remind me when they see I do something which I want to stop, in a gentle way, of course. And yeah, there are then the process starts. The process of improving and failing, the process of repeating and
Okay.
forgetting and
Oh,
repeating
you say that
again.
again, improving and failing. Oh, I love that. I love that so much because I feel like most of the people, including me in the past, I was so afraid of failing.
Yeah.
Improving. Oh, thank you for that. I love that. Improving and failing.
Yeah, and it's not that you are a bad person. It's just that you had an idea about something and that you didn't do it that way in that moment. So it's not, you're not wrong, you're not bad, you're not anything stupid. You just start again next time.
Yes. And how many times did Edison did that with that Glühbirne? What's the English expression? The lamp?
Light,
No, Edison.
light bulb.
How many times did he? 200 times? I don't know.
Yeah. Or thousands. Yeah.
And
And
this is mastery, right? So
yeah.
if we talk about clarity, we can talk about mastery. If we talk about habits, we can talk about mastery.
Oh, yeah.
So cool.
Yeah. And that is the process I mentioned.
Yes.
Sometimes it's very only that moment, but I'm pretty sure that before this moment happens, it it's a long
Yeah.
line of steps, of situations, of experiences, which
Oh,
lead to that one moment when it says yes. So then you incorporate that. Then you have it in all your cells in
body.
yeah,
Mhm.
you feel it in your nerves, in your veins, and in your energy field around you. And
Mm.
you know,
Yeah.
not only here, you know.
I feel like sometimes that my unconscious system or my guidance gives me pictures, and I have no clue or how to get there. And then I process, or I think, no, that's awkward. I won't do that. And then I'm like walking that path down. It's not a straight lane. It's like back and forth and left and right and up and down and going in circles again. And then I'm ending up there. Do you have a too? That you know or you have a inner knowing, but you're not ready? So I want to re-question something. Maybe that leads to something, but most of the coaches say just like do it. And I would say, guys, that's not so easy. Because you have a nervous system on board, you have it in a team, you have a like hurt parts, vulnerable parts, you're in fear. What do you think about that phrase? Just do it, get it done, whatever it takes. I mean, in the end, I'm completely on the page, but it's a process.
Right. Yeah. And sometimes that do it is the kick in the ass, which you need in that moment. And
Yeah.
then you just do it.
Yeah.
If you're not there, if the process has not been completed for
Yes.
this one step,
Exactly.
then it's just like, okay, I could do it, but not now.
Yeah. Or what is it? I like that question. What is it what I can do right now?
Yeah.
What is it? So if you're listening,
Yeah.
what is it what you can do right now?
Yeah.
And maybe it's just like to think about that,
Mhm.
to write something down, to put something from A to B, just to get started somehow.
Yeah.
It's like you're sitting in a car and wow, you sit in the car. You made that step that you sit in a car. And then you can turn the car on. Wow, next big milestone, you turn the car on. And then when you feel ready, you can press the gas pedal. Is that the right expression? You know what I mean? Yeah, there are steps in between, and you have to be ready for those steps that you feel safe enough. Maybe not for, I don't know, maybe there will be some doubt, but it should be at least in that amount that you can handle that
Yeah.
because it has an impact on that output you want to create.
Yeah. And
In my opinion. And
yeah.
I am a coach too, so and I know what anxiety means and and trauma and stuff. So
And sometimes there is a third option.
yes,
You get this sentence, now do it,
yes,
and your nervous system goes mad
yes,
because it's all too much. But
yes.
but you get an idea of what is possible, what others see
Love
in
that.
you.
I love that. You
And,
get an
and
idea of what is possible.
yeah,
Then you can connect with that.
yeah.
Wow.
And even if that moment is really everything is running wild inside of you, you don't have to do it right now. But
Yes.
it's a thought, it's a seed.
Yes.
And then you start growing.
Yes.
And again, it needs maybe that moment of relaxing and
Yeah.
saying, okay, I can't do it right now. It's too big, it's too far away, it's too much for me right now. But I keep that thought inside of me as a seed.
Yes. And keep that thought inside of me as a seed. I'm just thinking about, I love to have idols. I love to read their books and listening to the podcast and listen to what they have to say and how they just like made that in their own way. And I love that energy because it motivates me and it supports me. So if you have no clue at all what's going on in your life, where you want to go, where you want to be, what you want to do, you can connect with those beautiful souls.
Mhm.
Or connect with Gunda and book her. So she can support you in German and English as well, as you see. I also have that pictures in mind. I don't know if you're familiar with systemical working. So if you want to make a decision, you can have like two pieces of white paper and you write down those two things you're not sure what you want to do. And then you turn it around and then you mix it and then you place it on the floor. And then you stand on the one paper and the other paper and just feel how your body reacts. Maybe that's just enough.
Mhm.
And maybe you're curious then how your body reacts to that, what's on the paper.
Yeah.
That can help you too.
Yeah.
I did that with a friend. She wasn't sure if she would like to quit her job and what she wanted to do. And it was magical for her. It helped her
Mhm.
make that decision.
And the fun thing in this work is you take that piece of paper you stand on and you look at it and you see, okay, it's
Yeah.
option A.
Yes.
And then you feel into this
Yeah.
option A, and in that moment clarity comes, because then you know, is it really option A? When you put your
Yeah.
mind on, when you use your brain in that moment, is it really option A? Because the standing on the paper is emotion. It's
Yeah. And this is why I love to turn it around that you don't see what's there.
but then
And
you
really sense how you feel. Most people, they are so much in their mind and their head and they think they have to go for, but they are not in their body.
yeah. I was one step further. Then you turn it around and you read it, and
Yes.
and then you see, okay, this one felt good.
Yes.
And then the mind comes in, and then you can decide, is it really what I want? It can help you to take a decision. Because in that moment you can say, no, that's not what I want. Even if it felt good right now, I want the other option. And then you know. Then there is this moment of clarity. It can be that this piece of paper is the right one, but it can also shift in that moment when you read it. And you know in that moment that's the other option.
Now I'm a little confused. What do you mean? So I have a feedback from my body that says yes, and
Mhm.
then I turn it around, and then I have a feedback from my mind that says no.
Mhm.
Who would you trust more?
That moment,
Hmm.
not the piece of paper and not your mind, but that moment, the feeling in that moment. Because then the whole system says yes to this or to that, because it knows, it has always known.
Or maybe there is another option.
Or a third option, yes. Yeah, yeah.
Then the creative part. I mean, the podcast title is Creativity, Empathy, Flow. I love to really have space.
Yeah.
Because if you are maybe sometimes too much focused on the output or how things should go, I can tell you guys there are so many possibilities how things go. And
Yeah.
you don't know that only the universe know, or maybe your higher self or your soul, or the good is inside of you.
Yeah.
I love that. And then we're coming back to that we need space
Mhm.
and patience. You're laughing.
It's one of the words that have been misunderstood all over the place through all
Really?
times.
I have that. I don't know if you can see that I have that aloha tattoo, and the last A is for ahunui. It means patience and sense of perseverance.
Yeah.
For me, it's the perseverance, the training. What is patience for you? We would say there is a misunderstanding about that expression.
Yeah, some people say I'm not patient at all. And then
Uh-huh.
I see them work with clients, maybe with kids, or just handle something, and I see a lot of patience in that action, and lots of gentleness and kindness, because these are connected with patience for me. So with myself, and also when I see others, um, and they say I'm impatient. So it always is a point of view.
Absolutely.
So you can be very patient with one thing or in one situation and very impatient in another.
It's so cool because I know, for around about 8 years. For me, maybe you're a little impatient if you want to get things done, but in general, you're a very patient person. Sometimes I'm the deleter. I have that, like, I don't want to dive deeper into that, but then I like, oh, Gunda, do you have a message? Because I deleted it. So you are very patient. I can ask you 100 of times about something, and you are patiently willing to answer. I love that. I'm not like that. It's like, and that reminds me, it's like when I coach someone or when I am in a room with someone or I don't know, maybe with kids. Yes, I am a very patient person with kids. So maybe that helps you guys to find also more clarity. And this is cool for me right now. Like, what really the gifts we have to share them.
Yeah.
So, what do you want to say something?
Yeah. Yeah, patience is also one step on the way to clarity, definitely.
Yes. That's so cool. Wow.
Yeah.
The clarity why you're here for, what your gifts are, what you're meant to be for.
Yeah. Yeah. Not to fulfill the rules from the outside, which feel strange.
Yeah.
Use a very gentle word for that. So we fulfill so many rules and
Oh, yes.
obligations from the outside, and we just don't ask if they are ours. So that's again changing habits.
Yeah, and clarity, which rule fits for me.
Uh-huh. Because we need rules.
Yeah.
We need guidelines. We need the planks left and right.
Can't keep it up with any rule on this planet. It doesn't work. And not all the rules that have people in their minds. It would make me crazy. And sometimes it does.
Yeah.
Sometimes it does.
Yeah. And
Bullshit.
yeah.
There is no space.
To realize it's not my thing. It's not my idea of how I want to live, how I want to be, and then to open up all levels, body, spirit, mind, to
Yeah.
change that habit. But first, you have to realize that you don't like it.
Yeah.
And then the process starts.
And also to accept, I mean, you know me a little. I'm not a very much big fan of cleaning and being tidy all the time. I don't know, waste my time on those things. I love to like create and talk and flourish and being with good people and travel and stuff, but there are things I really don't like. So guys, ask yourself when you listen, what is it what you like? Maybe that leads to more clarity. Write it down. Make a list. And of course there are things you have to do like taxes and paperwork.
Mhm.
Another one of my favorite topics. Then I'm trying to figure out how can I make it that way that it's at least a little fun and simple as possible.
Mhm.
And reducing that amount of energy you put in. Yeah.
Yeah. I just remembered something from my childhood.
Yeah. Yes, please.
When I don't know, when I was 12 or 13, I found out that I was pretty good in ironing. And
Mm,
at that time in the 1970s, it was still very, very normal to iron everything.
yes.
Um, so there was much more cotton in our clothes and not so much elastic. So it needed to be ironed. Or, yeah. And I found that I can do that pretty well. And I got good feedback. Oh, yeah, you did it nicely. And so I decided I do that. I do the ironing for the family.
Oh,
And I did that for, let's say, 3 years. And then I found, wow, it's quite exhausting because the basket with the clothes and stuff inside was never empty.
yeah. Oh, yes.
The pile grew and grew and grew. And then there was some, yeah, I didn't like it anymore. And, but I had to because in my family view, I had admitted to doing it.
Got the label. Yes. It
So
was your fault. Yeah.
I did it until I moved out. And inside of me, there was a growing no
Yes.
towards ironing. And now it's many, many years later, and I still have an iron, but I haven't used it for my clothes, let's say, for 20 years.
Mm.
Sometimes it's good to have it. So if some wax is on a tablecloth, then I need the iron, but
But
not
it's useful. I can tell you, I don't iron either. I don't
no,
like it.
no. So yeah, and
Funny.
just to show you how habits can change.
Yes.
Start to like something, then you commence to dislike it, then you question it, and then you start changing it. And today I know I will only take that hot thing in my hands if I really need it, but not for my clothes.
Yes. And and I remember when I was a kid, and this is so wonderful, you sharing that, because it made me realize, I mean, you are in your family and they have family habits and you can adapt them. Listen, guys, you can adapt them. But maybe sometimes you want to re-question them because maybe you are now your own person, your very own personality, your very own beautiful soul here on this planet to live your life. So when I was a kid, my mom was always ironing in front of the TV. She had like all the laundry there and for hours, and she like ironed everything. And then I had my tiny little iron thing, like a kid's thing, and I was ironing the tissues for my opa, like my grandpa. And I liked that. It was like fun and it was easy because they were just like easy to iron. It was fun for that time. And then I realized when I grew up, I don't like that. And I don't wanna, I don't like, yeah. If you love that and if this is meditation for you, please keep on doing it. Just trying to figure out what fits your lifestyle. And you mentioned it was exhausting. So, what is it? What gives you energy and probably energy for more clarity? And what's exhausting? So, clarity comes with energy, clarity comes with passion,
Mm-hmm.
clarity comes with alignment and changing habits.
Mm-hmm. And everything the other way around. So if you change a habit, clarity comes.
But you need to change it.
Yeah, yeah,
And therefore, you need safety,
yeah,
feeling safe inside of you.
yeah. And a decision,
Yes.
a clear point when you say, now I want to change that. And then no matter how long it takes, can be within a day, can be within a lifetime. Oh, and this failing is just realizing, okay, I had an idea of what I want to do or not, and I just did not succeed. And I try again.
Yes. And maybe there people outside the audience wants to know how can I feel safe inside of me? Yeah, you can set that intention and say, okay, please, my inner wonderful body, mind, soul system, tell me what is it what you need to feel more more safe and more yourself. For me, this is connected as well. Because if when I'm feeling myself, I feel safe. I think that's pretty normal, right? So you can do breathing techniques. I highly recommend soft ones. Not that overwhelming breath work, soft. Maybe a deep belly breathing technique.
Yeah.
Maybe you want to have a hand on your heart, on your belly, placing hands wherever. We did that right in the beginning when we warm up for sessions or for that interview or for coaching. Just to make sure that you feel grounded, you feel your sitting bones. I have, by the way, a podcast episode about that. Reconnect with yourself. So I show you how you can do that somatic practice. And maybe you want to reduce caffeine and sugar. that can help. Maybe you want to have like a cold shower. Maybe you want to approach to a cold shower or cold walks and you just like have more fresh air. And always reconnect with yourself. How does that feel right now? Because clarity comes with safety. Yes. And yoga can support you, of course, but not a dysregulating, push it harder thing.
Mhm.
Because we were already talking about that you can't force clarity. There needs space, highly recommended space. And maybe you want to make space in your schedule or some time for yourself. Maybe that can lead to more clarity.
Mhm.
And choose the places you want to go for groceries very wisely. Is there anything you wanted to add?
Yeah, I just thought about the moments of clarity.
Yeah.
So, how you can create those. Um, Sometimes it's just the closing of the eyes for a very little while and to feeling what you just said, but to say it with different words,
Yeah.
just to sit or stand and close the eyes
Yes.
and feel that your belly is completely hard, and then
Yeah.
to release and to feel the softness in your belly. So
Yeah.
that's where we can feel it the best. Or the shoulders
And the jaw.
and the jaw, yeah. So we can feel it in the body, and this sometimes helps just to lift the shoulders and to let them go down very gently and to test. Ah, okay, there is still some more space. Ah, okay, I can open them. Or my chest bone. Ah, okay, and I can move them gently.
There is space, and you make
Yeah.
some space in your upper body. Yes.
Yeah. So the body tells us many, many stories about how we are in that moment, and just to make a little exercise can really help. Or a look out of the window if you can't go outside and look up into the sky or into the
Yeah.
wide open green landscape. Then it helps to look out of the window
Yeah.
and to
Because
see.
there's sometimes people, they get anxious when they close your eyes.
Yeah.
So I also would never force as a yoga teacher or coach or when you just like do guided meditation to force people that they have to close their eyes because it's maybe it's too much
Mhm.
because they don't feel safe and then you can feel safe as when you look around and maybe there's something you like to look at. That can help.
Mhm.
Or as you mentioned, to look out the window. Maybe there's a tree.
Yeah. Or
Yes.
if there is no tree at all, if there are buildings,
Yes.
um, and just concrete and glass, you can also look there because in the glass maybe there's something mirroring
Yes.
from high above, or you see
Yeah.
a certain detail in the construction which you want to concentrate on for a moment. So maybe some round thing, a curve somewhere in the construction.
Oh, wonderful.
There are so many options to take yourself away from this into
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. And to get curious about things and
Mhm.
to start explore.
Yeah,
You know how cool it is when kids play, when they explore the world. They are so much in the moment.
yeah.
And we love that, right? We love to watch kids how they play.
Mhm.
Love dogs and cats and like animals. Because they're in the present moment. They are really clear in that moment what they want.
Yeah. And they can really trigger us adults if they want to play and the mother or the person who takes care. is in a hurry,
Yes.
and the kid just wants to play and to be.
Yes, and shows maybe the mom, hey mom, you got lost something on the way.
Yeah,
Like Goethe says, right?
yeah,
The human being is the human being when it plays, when we play. So it's humanity. Humanity is here for play.
yeah,
And also the question comes up, what's really important? What's really important in your life?
yeah.
Is it what society says? Is it important for you? Ironing?
So with growing older, this question I can answer in a completely different way than, let's
Yes.
say, 20 years ago. Um, Today, I very often say, I just don't care.
Mhm.
It doesn't matter to me what they think.
Yeah.
So I am who I am, and I know 20 years ago I couldn't do it like that, and now I wonder why.
Yeah.
So why couldn't I? Because I wanted to belong, because I wanted to be part of something which
Yeah.
did not make me feel good in the end, but I only realized it years later that
Yeah.
that was the case. So it was also part of the of my way.
And I felt it change so much the last year. So I become 50 next year. And it's so different when I was 40. That you really, there are really, and there's really such a clear voice then inside of me says, no, I don't want that. And I don't even have to think about the lady. It just like pops up. No. If I'm in a conversation, someone, no.
Yeah,
And there's also a big part the people pleaser. And the people pleaser is a trauma response. It can be a trauma response. When
yeah,
we please, we're not aligned with ourselves. We want to please other people who probably don't know better to be aware of that.
yeah.
When I was a teenager, I wrote a poem in German about that.
And by realizing that and by taking different decisions, by trying different things, by changing habits, we come to that point when we say, ah, now it's clearer to me.
I love that too. That is clearer. No pressure. It gets clearer about what you want, need, desire, what satisfies you really deep down, what makes you feel good, becomes more and more clearer. You know, like that idiom, and the coast was clear. You know, so there you know.
Yeah, because
So.
just that sentence comes to my mind. Is that clear now?
Yes. Are we on the same page now? Not yet.
You remember having heard
But
that?
we go there. We are on a good path.
Yeah. So, and this is definitely not what your system wants, and also the other system is under stress in that moment, of course. But for that person, it would be good to say, yes, I'm on the same page with you. Then the other person relaxes, so stress goes down, but my own stress would go up because I'm not in line with that. So
Yes. And the other person unconsciously probably feels that
yeah,
because it's not the real essence.
yeah. And
Mm.
that's not what we are talking about. That's not the clarity we have here today. It's just
Yeah.
the perception from deep inside what is really clear in a moment. And
So, thank you for that. And I just feel like for me, I was so fast in the past. And I had the answers right away and did those things very fast. Completely dysregulated, overwhelmed. It's not bad to be dysregulated. Yeah, but it was too much. Too much sympathetic activation. And now I held a high standard because of my past habits, past habits. And I feel like that there is a part who feels unworthy because I don't have the clarity right now. And it makes me sad that in that moment. Maybe have in the audience someone too. What could you recommend? Or do you have some tips or ideas for that?
Yeah, first thing is to feel it and to realize it and to say yourself that you're okay. Also
Yes.
with that feeling.
Yeah.
And then the change will start. In that moment, a change will begin.
Yes.
So I was a workaholic. I know what you were talking about just now. So yeah, I went into depression and yeah, and at a certain time, it's I want to live or I want to die.
Yeah.
Hmm? And I don't mean suicide by that, but
But it's a
the
decision.
emotional I want to live or die.
It's so important that you mentioned that. Because I have the two. We were talking about that a couple of months ago, remember? So when you decide for yourself, you really decide for life force energy. You decide for that power you are meant to be here, not what anyone else says. And when you are in that energy, there is no distraction.
Yeah.
Clarity comes with time, and sadness is allowed because you are saying goodbye to something which does not serve you anymore. And I think we are on a huge shift on this planet. 2025 was a huge preparation for 2026.
Yeah.
How do you see that, like in a collective way? Clarity.
Oh, that would be another podcast. Yeah. But all emotion for me, all emotions are connected with clarity. Um, um, Fear and joy as well. So
No, I meant like in a collective way.
yeah,
Or do you wanted to say because of that sadness thing?
yeah,
Yes.
just
Okay.
yeah,
Mhm.
because yeah, collectively it would be just another very long story because
Yeah. Next podcast episode next
podcast
year.
episode. Yes,
Do that next year or in 2 years when the shift really had happened.
yeah.
Okay. All
Not
emotions.
only sadness, which can come, all kinds of emotions can come, and they're all okay because they all want to be there, like you want to be here in this world. So all your emotions can be here as well.
Oh, that's wonderful. Sometimes I don't want to be here.
Yeah, and that's also okay.
Wow. Hmm.
And sometimes we need a guidance. We need someone by our side to help us go through that because
Yeah.
we can't just hold that space for ourselves. And we need someone to hold our hand or just to say, I'm here.
Yeah, like you, my friend. Thank you for that. You can't do that all alone. And for all the women outside, it can be also a trauma response.
Mhm.
Because when we grew up in a family, you think you have to do it alone. You learn that. You're parenting your parents and you parent yourself. You grew up too fast. There was no space. And maybe it needs, in my case, time to reparent those parts. My inner child, my inner teenager. And don't underestimate the inner teenage work. Everyone is talking. We have that right too. So I just, yeah, want to mention that.
Yeah.
Because what if that teenager has no space in that very important phase of like figuring out who I am? And it takes time
Yeah.
to come face that.
Yeah. Or to do something childish.
Yes.
Well, what I love to do is being with not the very little ones, but those who can walk around alone. Let's say 8 to 10 years old,
Yeah.
and they want
Walk
to
alone can we be with 1 or 2 years too?
they want to experience something. Oh, and I'm the older one, so I could be there in a role like a parent and to observe the whole thing and to take care that nothing bad happens, etc. Huh? So I could be in that role. But what I love is to be in the role of that kid and to climb on that thing on in the playground and to jump around with that kid by its side, and that's what I love to be a child again and not the adult watching that nothing bad happens.
And the kid now is then your teacher in that moment.
Yeah,
I love that.
yeah,
And then we're coming back to being playful,
yeah.
to have explorer explorability. German trying to invent new English words. Should don't do that. Yeah, and maybe that child in that moment, because you know what I love is like when you mentioned that when you want to be clear, you have that outside world, the tiny little moments and that outside world. So in that moment, we have that outside world, that kid. And then sometimes I like just listen to that outside world because I think, what if that kid has the answer? What if God or the goodness, whatever you believe in, is speaking right now?
Yeah,
Listen. And you
yeah,
can't if you judge that kid, oh, you can play, you have to move forward. So
yeah,
be silent, listen, be aware,
yeah.
reconnect. And then maybe it can happen.
And have fun.
Fun with clarity. We
Yeah,
should do a podcast episode about that.
yeah,
We went invent the pathway down for more clarity and much more fun with having clarity.
yeah,
Thank you so much. It was fun. Always it is.
yeah,
Because you know what we do right now here, we do that almost sometimes every single day, any single day that we discuss things and explore things. Yeah. Thank you so much. That's the game we play on this planet, and that fulfills me
yeah,
much more than ironing.
yeah,
Sorry for all the people who love ironing. You can come over. Hey, we can share, you know? Maybe there are things I like to do. So, isn't that cool? This is my vision for the future for the planet that everyone does what he wants to do. And yeah,
yeah,
because I truly believe that we have gifts and we are different. So we have different gifts.
yeah.
Yeah.
And some things we can delegate so
Hmm.
that others do it for us and we compensate that in money or whatever, or we can exchange. So you do
Yeah,
something for me and I do something for you.
of course.
Oh, yeah. And that's cool.
Yeah, it is. Then we come back to community living.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And togetherness and to having fun because everybody does more or less what he or she likes.
yeah. And I have the great experience. So I was working in the corporate world too, and I was on a team. We were like the two of us, and she was so awesome because she liked all the things I did not, and I liked all the things she did not. It was easy. So it's possible.
Yeah.
And it worked very good. We were a really great team, really great team.
Yeah.
So what, I mean, I once had that like, I don't know, a shirt, and on the shirt we all wearing, and there is Team Planet.
That's cool.
That's cool. Maybe I do that in the future. So, are you in Team Planet?
I, you too out there?
I don't know, sometimes I'm scared of that idea, but maybe clarity comes with time.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Gunda, I thank you so much. I thank you so much, so much, so much. And I would love if you could just share how can people connect with you, social media, your website.
Yeah. Yeah. I have a website, gunda-ganga.com. Gunda is my name, as you know, and Ganga is my spiritual name, which I fully embrace and which I love very much. Is the big river in India, the flowing, the female power.
Ah, yes.
So yeah, and you can find me on LinkedIn. I skipped the other social medias. Yeah, and you can connect with me personally in retreats and vacations, sometimes workshops.
Mhm.
And yeah, I accompany women in leading roles. That's what I focus on. Because I want to bring that, what we've been talking about today, also into companies, that people can do the tasks, the things they can easily do, and others do the other things, but it's also strict in the companies. And I want to open up people's mind for that, that there is no need to keep it going like it always was. And yeah, I also want to open up the women's minds who come work with me, that they are leading persons, that they are self-responsible for who they are and what they do always. And I want to be by their side by finding out how that works. So, and for that, I have a 3 months program, online and in presence, and I have almost monthly vacations in the wonderful place where I live. It's an old schoolhouse from 1700 something, and yeah, it's a good place to live, to work, to grow, and to be.
Yes. And I love that place too. I had that great honor and pleasure to spend time there. And only to be there can give you clarity, guys. It's nature, it's quiet, it's grounded, and you can reconnect. You have Guna on your side, so Kerr. Is there anything you feel like you want to share right now?
No words, actually,
Mm.
just a moment to open up for clarity.
Oh, yes.
So if you like, close your eyes or look out of the window or look wherever you like and watch a plant or something green. Green is always relaxing. And just take 2 or 3 deep breaths, deeper than normal. And just feel yourself breathing now. And then slowly come back. Move your body the way you like it to move. Stretch your arms. So if you like, lift your lips up, some face movement, maybe some touching your face, your head, your neck. You've been listening for quite a while now.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know how long we've been talking. Oh my God, it's a long podcast episode.
Yeah.
Thank
Enjoy
you so
your
much.
day. Just enjoy life. It's the only life you have, so enjoy it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Doris.
Have a really, really great day. I hope we can do another podcast episode in the future. And thank you for being my friend. Love you. Mwah. Bye bye.
Thank you all. Bye.
Bye, audience. And leave us a thumb up and a comment. Thank you. Aloha.